it never came through. So I don't know. I don't know that sports are rigged. Sports, I don't think sports are rigged. All right. What other fantasy news? Tim Anderson ventures to center field in Wednesday's spring game. Tim Anderson will start in center field in the Cactus League, going up against the Dodgers. And of course, Tim Anderson. Oh, is that all the information? Angels versus Dodgers. So he's an Angel. He's a two-time All-Star, has 0 pro outfield innings, but is stretching his skill set this spring. Huh. Maybe that's with all that nonsense with Rendon, huh? All right. What else? We got a lot going on here today. Any big news? I guess the biggest news really in the world of just between sport or football and baseball is the fact that DK Metcalf with the Seattle Seahawks asked to be traded today. So does that increase the value of JSN, the other wide receiver, or will more defenses focus on JSN with DK out of the way? Plus, will they actually trade DK, or is this just a cry for some negotiation balance or power or something like that? All right. Sandy Alcantara, ESPN's Jeff Passan reported that Sandy will be on an innings limit to start the year, leading contenders to believe he'll be available come October. Alcantara has already been named the opening day starter for Miami. It is unclear what I wish the Cardinals would have kept him. Good God, he's great. All right. Well, that's just a bad baseball management by the Cardinals. What else is new, huh? What else is new? All right. If you're on YouTube, give us a shout out here. Let's see. I just missed something. Let's go back to the fantasy news. I know you guys are chomping at the bit here. Hunter Stratton, knee, slated for Wednesday's simulation game. Those must be really fun. I mean, like, do they fall asleep when they reach second base or what? Pirates senior director of sports medicine said Hunter Stratton will throw a simulated game Wednesday per team reports. All right. Stratton's been grinding back from a ruptured patella tendon in his left knee since August. Ouch, that sounds painful. Spencer Horwitz has a wrist issue set for tee hitting soon. So T-ball, I guess, is on the way for him. Pirates senior director of sports medicine. So we got a whole swath of updates by the sports medicine group over with the Pirates. So that's quite interesting. But Horwitz will be hitting from a tee. Oh, how great that is. Must be some of the most exciting baseball they do all season when they hit from that tee. Okay. Sam Haggerty has an Achilles injury, shifts to second in Wednesday's spring lineup. All right. The Rangers played the Reds, and Haggerty is starting at second base and will hit leadoff. So a little bit of a change there. Don't know what Bruce Bochy's thinking, but switching things up a little bit. Jordan Westburg nears a return with the Orioles lineup. Jordan Westburg has a back issue. Said Wednesday he's on the mend and anticipates rejoining the Orioles lineup Thursday or Friday. So at least he can, the folks that came out for the weekend can see him play. I guess that's good. Jose De Leon. Now, Jose De Leon, I don't know if he's related, but there was a major league pitcher with the same exact name, same spelling and everything, Jose De Leon, back in the 80s. But the Red Sox right-hander, De Leon, was signed to a minor league contract by the Red Sox, as he shared via Instagram per team reports. De Leon is 32, hasn't thrown in the majors since 2023, when he made a career-high 12. Oh, Gagan, I didn't even realize if you're still there. Thank you for all the hearts. A career-high 12 outings for the Twins before Tommy John surgery. Corbin Burns sharpens his breaking pitches in spring start. Corbin Burns worked on his breaking stuff during Monday's Cactus League against the Cubs, throwing 47 pitches per team reports. I don't know why they say hitting 47 pitches. I mean, do these guys even read what they put, or is this AI writing it? Fantasy impact. Burns in his third spring start dialed in on his off-speed game and liked how it landed, though he's still got some tuning to do overall. The righty's ace pedigree keeps him a top fantasy pick. Managers can expect his breaking pitches to boost that sub 3 ERA potential as he rounds into form. So Corbin Burnes rounding into firm. Hey, the monkey's here. Hey, Daddy, what's up? Yo, Daniel, baby, what's up, my friend? We got more going on here with baseball news. Let's just see if there's been anything new. Hold on. Or any big names, and then I'll jump back real quick. Will Smith leaves game Tuesday after getting hit by pitch. Dodgers manager Dave Roberts said Will Smith was removed from Tuesday's game for just precautionary reasons after he was hit by a pitch in his left knee. That was the expectations for Smith after leaving Tuesday's game against the Reds early. He can be considered as day-to-day for now. Probably just a little bruise and didn't feel so good. Michael Kopech threw a bullpen session on Tuesday. Kopech is continuing to work his way back from inflammation in his forearm. That sounds painful. He is not expected to be healthy. He is not expected to be healthy by opening day, but it doesn't sound like he'll miss too much of the season. All right. Anybody else? Any other big names coming up here? All right, let's see. Let's go through. We're going back to the top, see if there's any new news, as they say on the New Heights podcast that I don't watch nearly as much because I'm inundated with Kelsey Brother information and Taylor Swift stuff. So, all right, let's start at the very tippy top. DL Hall placed on 60-day IL. The Brewers placed Hall on a 60-day injured list. The move was made to make room for the signing of Jose Quintana. Hall was hoping to be cleared to resume playing catch in the first week or two of March. Corbin Carroll, Diamondbacks manager, said Wednesday that Corbin Carroll is very close to getting back into games. Apparently he has a back injury. Who do you think will win the World Series? I think the Dodgers. I mean, the Dodgers are just freaking loaded unless their pitching falls apart, but I don't think that's going to happen. They have the money, they have the talent. I mean, they're just so what are they spending? $400 million? They better be good. They better win it all. Okay, Corbin Carroll's back forced him out of Sunday's Cactus League tilt against the Rangers, and while Wednesday was the goal, the manager says holding him a bit longer to ensure it's fully cleared. Fantasy managers can stay calm. His speed pop combo remains a top-tier asset, and his tweak shouldn't derail his opening day prep. So look for him to start on opening day. Any questions over here on our good friends at YouTube? No, nothing new. All right. Let's jump down to Jordan Montgomery. Diamondbacks manager said Wednesday that Jordan Montgomery, he has a finger issue, will take the mound Friday per team report. So at least all the people that came down for the weekend will see Montgomery pitch. The big lefty, right? He's lefty, right? I don't know why I'm questioning that. Austin Slater of the White Sox. The White Sox manager, Will Venables, said Wednesday that Slater has an oblique injury, is projected to miss 2 to 3 weeks per team report. Slater's been sidelined since a Monday scratch against the Athletics, with imaging revealing an oblique strain. Opening days, 3 weeks off. So while Venables not ruling him out, an IL stint looms likely. He's pegged for platoon duty against lefties this season, so not much of a fantasy value with Austin Slater. So not a lot of big news. The biggest news today, everybody, is that it really came from football, I guess, when you talk about day-to-day stuff that isn't NBA related and isn't, LeBron, Luka related, which they do make a great team. But the big news, DK Metcalf, the wide receiver for the Seattle Seahawks, did ask to be traded. So what does that mean for JSN? Does his stock go up? Does it go down? Because everybody will focus on him. Now, I'm a St. Louis guy. I'm a Cardinal fan. It looks like Jordan Walker faces a week off with knee inflammation. The wonderful manager of the Cardinals, Oliver Marmol, which I don't know how he continues to manage the Cardinals, but whatever. The MRI said Walker's MRI showed inflammation in his left knee per team reports. Walker dodged a bullet, no structural damage after stepping on a sprinkler head, chasing a fly ball. Now, why do they have sprinkler heads? Was it in play? God, that's so Bush League. Born in 98, have seen all my Dallas teams win the chip. Stars, Rangers, Mavs, except the boys. Ooh, playbook. I'm sorry to hear that. Wow. I don't think they're going to win next year. I mean, if they do, man, if they do, somebody's going to win a lot of money. Stars, Rangers, Mavs, and the Cowboys. See, when I was growing up, the Cowboys were one of the top teams. I'm a little bit older than you, a lot older than you, but they were really good. And then they won in the 90s a bunch of times, 3 times. So if Dak can stay healthy, if they can keep CeeDee Lamb, if they can keep, if they can keep their defense intact, and if they can, yeah, I'm about your dad's age, yeah, probably. If they can figure out their running back situation, I think they'll be a good team. They could be a good team. Like the Cowboys really weren't that far apart when Dak was there. They just gave up. They had some, running back by committee. I do think Jerry Jones isn't always the best GM or owner or whatever you want to call him. I don't think he helps his team out a lot, unfortunately. I think it's a lot about Jerry and not a lot about the team. Christian Yelich of the Brewers, the outfielder. He played left field today in the spring lineup in the Cactus League against the White Sox. He's 33. He had back surgery last August for a herniated disc. He's making his first spring stab at left field, and he played or was planning to play 4 innings. Earlier, he was a DH, so I guess it was that he wasn't in the field before. He played DH, though. The Brewers see him mostly at DH in 2025, but want him outfield ready too. Yeah, fantasy owners can lock him in at 280 average and 20-plus home runs. Yeah, that's probably true. As long as he can stay away from... The book is not available yet. It'll probably be out next week. I'll let you know, Amanda. I promise. I'll let you know as soon as I know. I'm writing a book about fantasy football. If you notice, if you're on TikTok and you see below me, there's a QR code. Those are classes I have. One class is for fantasy baseball. Hey, Playbook, thank you for the roses and the heart puff and the cone. One of the classes is for fantasy football. One of the classes is for fantasy baseball, and that's why I have it up. But I am coming out with a fantasy football book. It's quite in depth, and it gives you a lot of different strategies to use, and it talks about some of the most important players from last year. And so that will be on sale on Amazon. I'm believing next week, and our good friend Amanda Rodriguez will be one of the she will be quoted on the back page, the back cover of the book. Do you know why the Jets released Devontae? Probably because they released him because they didn't want to pay him, is my guess. He wants more money, or he had a decent salary, and he was really only there for Aaron Rodgers. And they probably figured that, they're going to go cheap. They're going to go young. They're probably going to draft a quarterback. Maybe they'll get somebody like Jameis Winston, someone who's a veteran, but less expensive veteran at quarterback. And, that maybe they have, somebody like that at quarterback. I'm not sure, but they released him for money, mostly money, and the fact that, well, probably just money. They probably just didn't want to pay him at all. That would be my guess. So, all right. Vladimir Guerrero. If you're all looking for Vladimir Guerrero to play a lot of third base this year, you will be wrong. Vladimir Guerrero apparently will not be playing a lot of third base. He'll be playing a lot of first. So if you have him on one of your fantasy teams, he might be eligible at third base for a while, but that might end after a while. So Amanda Rodriguez W. Okay. Were you upset the Rams leaving St. Louis? I'm assuming you're still. Yeah, I'm a St. Louis fan. I was upset. The team really stunk. I didn't like the way Stan Kroenke sort of said mean things about the city on his way out. So I wasn't really a fan of that. Um, they're obviously a good team. They did well against Philadelphia, the eventual Super Bowl champions. So, I even like their uniforms, but quite honestly, not I don't think St. Louis is going to get another team because in my lifetime we've lost two teams in the NFL. We lost the football Cardinals and we lost the Rams. I don't think they're going to get another team, but if they do, I would want it to be I'd want it to be a new team. I don't want a team moving here. I don't think that's worked in the past. I think St. Louis fans sort of want ownership. And we stole the team from LA and then they went back to LA. So, you know, as someone who lost the Cardinals before that, yeah, I mean, if you're an LA Rams fan and you get the Rams back and they were in St. Louis for a while, that's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool story. Yeah, I like that royal blue. I like that. Yeah, I didn't like the dark blue and the gold. I like the yellow and blue, like the traditional yellow and blue. I like those colors a lot. I've always have. Um, I'm also a St. Louis Blues fan, so I probably grew up loving those colors, but that's a whole nother story. But yeah, no, I mean, we kind of stole them. I can't get too mad. I don't like the way Kroenke he kind of he kind of let the team become junk. And then he's like, hey, I'm going to move them. And I hate St. Louis because they don't support a team. So, hey, Playbook. And don't forget, Playbook, to hit that follow button if you don't already. So you know when I go live. And then thank you again for Amanda, thank you for the live on air. Thank you very much. And Playbook, thank you for the lightning bolt and the puffs and the roses and all that other kind of good stuff. What mascot do you think would be a good one if STL got a new NFL team? That's a good question. I was thinking the other day, like, I was thinking, like, I know this sounds crazy. I was actually thinking, there's a lot of different ways they can go. The St. Louis, you could say St. Louis Flyers, because like Charles Lindbergh was a big deal here back in the day, like 100 years ago or whatever it was. You could go Flyers, maybe. You could go Wolves. And the only reason why I say that is because there's like a lot of rivers and there's like coyotes and wolves. And it's something, we have the Missouri and Mississippi River. No one's ever really used that too much. I think some like basketball teams or hockey teams go by the Wolves around here. But that was one I was thinking, but that was like an animal name. Yeah. I thought Wolves would be kind of cool, actually. Um, you know, and maybe you can maybe you can get that cool prefix like Timberwolves, T-Wolves, or I don't know that Timberwolves are around here, but some sort of wolf kind of thing I thought would be kind of fun. Flyers, there used to be, well, we had the NFL, I don't know, like 100 years ago for like a half a season or something. I think they might have been called the Bombers, which is a horrible name, but yeah, I think those are the big names. The Red Wolves, that's not bad. You could say the River Wolves, but I don't know. I mean, there's just a lot of different ways you can go. I just don't think they're going to get a team because the NFL hates St. Louis because St. Louis sued the NFL because the Rams actually left St. Louis against the consultation of the NFL. That the NFL actually violated their own moving regulations. I wish Washington picked Armada. Yeah, the Washington Armada isn't bad. Yeah, Washington Commanders is kind of lame. Like I could even see them saying like the Washington Senators because it's kind of nostalgic with the baseball team. And some teams have done that. I'm trying to think. Somebody did that recently where they, or not recently, but somebody did that with their team. Was it the Royals? Kansas City Royals, maybe? It was another team and they called themselves like it was another sport team. But it was kind of cool growing up because you had the St. Louis Cardinals for football and you had the St. Louis Cardinals for baseball. I mean, no other city has that. I mean, you could literally make one sign that says "Go Cardinals" and bring it to two different sporting events. You could buy like red stuff that says Cardinal, like a T-shirt, and wear it all the time. Any friends or family of yours who have played pro sports? No, I don't think so. I mean, I knew a couple older folks that played like minor league baseball, but outside of that, no. How about you, Playbook? Any friends or family that we did have some guy on YouTube once who actually played college sports or college baseball. That was kind of fun. Let's see if there's any new baseball news. You guys get me talking. I don't think so. Let's see. DL Hall was 318. Is that it? Come on. Why is my internet so slow? My great grandpa pitched for the Cardinals. Many peers played college, including myself. Oh, you played college. Where did you? Okay. What was your grandfather's name? And where did you play? What college did you play for? What's up, bro? Raiders are bums. Okay, so Raiders are bums. So who do you root for then? Are you like a Chargers fan, a Kansas City fan? Who do you root for then? If they're the bums, his name was Sam Hunter. I played soccer for UTA Arlington. Very nice, very nice. I don't recognize the name Sam Hunter, but that doesn't really mean anything. Fly Eagles fly. Okay. Philly fan. All right, but you're a Philly fan, but you hate the Raiders so much. How did that come to be? That's interesting, because you would think that you would be like, Giants are bums, because they're so close to Philly and they're like a rival. So how did you get to hate the Raiders if you're a Phillies fan? Not Philadelphia fan. I always do that with the Eagles. I'm just thinking Philadelphia. Yeah, how did someone learn to hate the Raiders although they're a Philly fan? I mean, Philadelphia Eagles probably only play them like once every 3 years, right? I'm a Cowboys fan who hates the Packers, Rams, and Seahawks. Recent playoffs bias. Okay, so I'm a Cowboys fan who hates the Packers, Rams, and Seahawks. So do you hate anybody in their own division? Raiders getting stomped this year by Eagles, though. Okay. Yeah, I can see that. I mean, dude, the Eagles are, although I will say they have been slowly kind of letting go of some of their defensive players, which is kind of interesting. The news that really broke was all about Saquon Barkley and his new contract, but really they've let a couple Slay, Inez Fernandez. Hi, how are you? They let some of, I actually don't mind the NFC East. We win it every other year with Philly. Okay, I get it. Raiders getting stomped this year by Eagles. Yeah, year with Philly. Yeah, so you don't mind the NFC East. That's interesting. See, because the Cardinal football team that was in St. Louis, Dallas was always like one of our big rivals, although they were kind of like everybody's rival because they're like America's team. And we had some rivalry because we were in the NFC East. And the NFC East now doesn't make any sense because Dallas is in it. It doesn't make any sense. But Jones is probably like, we're keeping the same rivals. But, you had a little bit with the Giants, more with Washington. And then Cowboys, everybody wanted to beat the Cowboys. I went to a couple games that were Monday Night Football here in St. Louis against the Cowboys. Those were fun. They were cold, but they were fun. I don't mind outdoor football. Well, maybe I do now. Maybe as I get older, I don't love it so much. But when I was young, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't awful. I actually don't mind. Okay. Yeah, STL was in the East, and the Falcons used to be in the NFC West. Yes. And then what was weird about that too is the Falcons, Saints, Rams, and a few other teams were all in like the same division. It was like the NFC West, I guess. I don't think the Rams were in it though. When the Rams first came to St. Louis, their division was with Atlanta, New Orleans. Atlanta, New Orleans. Was it Tampa Bay? I don't know that Tampa Bay was in it. It wasn't Dallas. It wasn't Chargers. I know those two teams were in it. I can't even think. I'll have to go back. Oh, 49ers. Well, yeah, they kept that rivalry. Yes, they kept the 49ers rivalry. That's right. It was a weird division, though. It was a weird division. So, yeah, make sure You hit that like and subscribe. I'm gonna try to go live tonight. I'll definitely be live tomorrow. And hopefully we can get some more folks on, but I gotta be taking off right now. So thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. Playbook, thanks for being part of this, man. Join us anytime. I really enjoyed it a lot. You know your sports. I appreciate that. Last question, if I may. Do you follow the NBA a little bit? I follow the NBA, and I got to tell you, I kind of went from a Bucks fan just because I don't really have a team. And I lived in LA for 5 years, and I became a Lakers fan because that's when Shaq and Kobe won 3 in a row. And I kind of fell away from that because I wasn't around it. And then I became a Bucks fan because I went to a game and I enjoyed it, blah, 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 blah. And now I'm back a Lakers fan because I love the fact that LeBron is having a great season and they have Luka. So maybe I'm just a fair weather NBA fan, but yeah, I'm really leaning towards the Lakers right now. I just think they're a lot of fun to watch, and those guys make it really interesting. That's just the way I'm thinking about it. Like those guys make it really interesting, Luka and LeBron. MJ or Bron, MJ. However, I got to tell you, if LeBron plays again next year and puts up these numbers, I'm going to have to change my vote. It's MJ now, but what is he in his 21st season and he's putting up the numbers he's putting up? If he does that another year, nobody's going to be able to compete against him. It'll be Bron if he finishes this year strong and has another good year, because I'll say, look, he played until he was like 41, 42, and he had great seasons. Where MJ, when he was with the Wizards, not so much. So, all right. Thank you guys. Thank you, Playbook. It was nice meeting you. I think this is the first time we did this, so I really do appreciate it. And I look forward to talking with you more. Take care, everybody. Have a great day. Got to click this stuff 3 times.